back to the show, and I'm going to show you a very simple little project that you could probably use as a small little thank you gift or something that you might want to give someone. You know, I like to carry little packages of tissue with me all the time just in case someone needs one or something. So I decided I wanted to make a little holder for it. And with these tissues, you have to check because some open up on the top because they're like pocket packs, and some open up here. So this is the ones that open up in the middle, okay? And you know, you might have to check because sometimes different brands might be a little bit smaller, bigger, and you can kind of adjust the size. But basically, this is your holder, and you would actually open it up and there's like a hole that you can pull your tissues from. And I'll show you what we do. So for this particular size, we're getting a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 and by 12, okay? So I'm gonna refer to my notes. The 8.5 part is where actually it's gonna fold on the sides. So when I measured this to be about 4.5 inches long. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to have, this is about 1 inch, so we know that the sides need to be at least 1 inch tall. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna score it down, straight down, 1 inch, 2 inch. 1 inch is for the side, the other inch is gonna be for the tab that folds in. And I need to do that on both sides. So from 8.5, I'm gonna go to the 7.5 mark and the 6.5. So in between here, 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So we're good right there. Okay, I just want to fold it up. Now I'm going to turn it this way, and this is the part that is actually going across of your box, and that's why it's so long, because we have a lot of scoring to do. And what I did was when I measured this part was about 2.5 inches. So what we want to do is we want to score 1 inch and another inch. That's going to be for the flaps. And then we have to go across for the very first part here, which is 2.5. So 2 to 3 is 1, 2, 4.5 makes it 2.5. And then I have another part. So we go from 4.5, we go 5.5, 6.5, and 7.5. So that's 1, 2.5 again. So that makes it to the 7-inch mark. Okay, then from there, we're here now. We need to do 1 more inch. So we go 1 inch. Now the bottom is going to be the same height or width. So that'll be 1, 2.5 inches. There we go. And then we have 1 more and a half. There. Now don't worry, we will have a project sheet so you don't have to worry about all those different scoring because I know it can get confusing. So that's all we need to do for the scoring part. So what you need to do is the best thing to do is actually start folding it up. It helps you to give you an idea of where everything is going to go. So we have it like this. We have this 1/2 inch here. What's going to actually happen is this is how the box is going to come, like this. But it ends up like this. So when you have the box like this, we don't need this extra part here. So we are going to cut that off. We don't need these parts. So we're going to cut this part off. This is all extra. So you just cut along the score lines. A lot of people do a lot of great projects, and you could probably use your Cricut or Eclipse to maybe find a box that's similar in size. These top flaps here is what you're going to want to have come under and actually fold in. So what you want to do is, again, we don't need all of this, so we're going to cut it. down, we just need, this one, and we'll need that one. And we can get rid of all of this. And right here, we are going to have to cut this because this is going to be a tab. I keep referring to my box because it's easier that way to make sure. Got that. And we don't need this part because this is going to actually fold in. So we don't need this one. Just double checking. We don't need this. This is the bottom of the box. And we don't need this. So exactly what's done on this side needs to be done on this side. So we can just follow it. Okay. So we got all our tabs. Now we're going to put double stick tape here to close it. But before we do that, we have to make our hole for our tissue to come out. So that's where I'm going to use our fun nestabilities and our Big Shot. So I'm just taking an oval and I'm going to place it in the center, and I'm actually folding the flap down like that. And then we're going to do our sandwich, which is a little tricky. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. And we'll run this through. It's a little tight. Oh, but you heard it snap. Then we just have to take some double stick tape for this flap. This is what you want to close up first. And that just goes right here. So you end up making your box. Then what I did was, you can make this tab either 1/2 inch or 1 inch, but when I did it 1/2 inch, then sometimes it popped up open. So that's why I'm making it 1 inch to make sure that when it goes in, it actually stays in. So we want to put some double stick tape there. And we actually want to tape one side closed because that way you don't have to worry about the tissue falling out. So you actually just close it up like a regular old box and put it in there. Then you open up your tissue and you can either just pull this off or you can just, I kind of just roll it and stick it in. And then you put it in like so. Close this up and close this flap up. And you're done and you're ready to pull out your tissue. You know, you're going to be opening and closing this a lot. So what I would do is I would make that piece a little bit thicker just because it's going to be handled a lot. And you can do different things to edge it. Then the last thing you would do is to keep it closed. You can either use the magnetic closures or like a Velcro closure. And then it's done. We will have the project sheet, so don't worry. You can go to thejoyofcrafting.com and find the project sheet. So I'm going to finish this one up. I'm going to decorate it a little, and then we'll take a short break and we'll be right back.